What's going on, everybody? Today we are going to be doing another update video, and this is for our noise dampen area or audio layers. So essentially what we're doing in this update is actually adding another complete product into this package. So we're not changing how the noise dampen area works at all. We're actually just adding in new assets into this package. The reason for that is I've had multiple people request a system to actually layers audio. So essentially, let's just say you walk in a room a foot away from you. So let's say it's like right here or in this room. Let's say there's a room within this cube. You go in the room, and then you don't want anybody outside the room to be able to hear the conversations going on inside the room. Now, of course, you can do the opposite of this. Let's say you're in here, and then no one outside can hear what's going on inside. It works both ways. So however you want to look at this, it will work either way. But that is what the new system is for. It's for isolating noise layers, where the former system just kind of muffled things. So, like, think about how if there's material between you and a loud room, you can still hear what's going on outside, but it's kind of muffled. That's what this one does. As for this one, it's complete noise isolation, which is a little bit different and different use case, I suppose. But anyways, that's what we are looking at here, and it will be how to kind of set this up in your project. As well, you can use the default one and it will work, but you will likely have something a little bit more complicated in mind, and you'll need to kind of configure it yourself a little bit for that. So essentially what we're working with right here is just a cube. So this is going to be our noise zone. So whatever you want to zone, this would be one of them. So technically, as soon as you add one, you would have two, right? Your default everywhere, and then the second one being whatever's inside this cube. So you always have one, and then your second one is when you add one in. So we'll need basically cubes. So you're like, okay, cool, this comes with one. How do I add more? Well, it's quite easy. Just create a new cube. Place it wherever you want, scale it, do all that good stuff. And this can be any object, not just a cube. It can be any object. And then go to our example, right click on the VL box zone, and then paste it as a new component. Now, the only thing you need to do here is change, well, first of all, make sure the collider is the correct collider. So we want this to be on cube. So we want to reassign the collider. And what we're going to want to do is look at these layer IDs and rank. So essentially what this is the layer ID for the audio. So we're typically on audio 0, channel 0. If you look at our manager, we are at default layer 0. When we step into this cube, it changes the audio layer to 1. So since both these boxes are audio layer 1, these people would be able to hear each other in these two if they're in these zones. So if we want them to be separate, we would change the layer ID to a unique identifier. So 2 in this case would work. So then if you're in this cube, you can only hear people inside this area. And if you're in this one, only inside this area. Then if you're not in these two cubes, you can hear everybody not in these two cubes. Hopefully this is making sense so far. Now this next parameter, rank, is to establish what happens if you have overlapping layers. So for example, let's assume that now we have a slight overlapping area. Very small, but what happens if you're standing right here and you're in these two zones? Well, it's going to take whatever has the higher rank priority. So if we set our rank to 3 or 2 for our cube and 1 for our box, it would prioritize the audio zone in this one. So that's how you add multiple audio zones in case you want many divided audio areas. You just need to make cubes, add the script to it, and then set it up according to what you're trying to do. And then the final step is to add your zones into the array of zones inside the manager. This is pretty simple. You just drag whatever you're looking for in, and that is it. You will be good to go. That pretty much sets up how this works. Of course, you can adjust these profiles if you would like. This essentially just changes the audio settings. So this is kind of your default, and then if you're blocked, it basically mutes it. But if you didn't want it to mute it, you just wanted to make it quiet or something, you could adjust the settings here. Although, if you don't have a specific purpose in mind, I would leave these audio profiles alone, leave the manager alone, create as many of the box zones or cubes with the script on it as you would like, and then make sure you add them to manager. That is essentially how you use this. Of course, this still works fine with the Noise Dampen Area. This is just a different system to accomplish a different task along the same lines of audio manipulation. And then, of course, you can turn off your mesh render. They do not need to be on, so your zones can be invisible. Anyways, that is the update for our, well, it was named Noise Dampening Asset or something of that nature. We are going to Noise Dampen Area. We are going to be renaming this asset into probably something like audio layers or something like that, and updating it on the Patreon and all that good stuff. So if you have any questions, you can let me know in the comments, or if you want a little bit speedier reply, make sure you just DM me on Discord or in the server is also fine, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you all in the next video as always.